guys, I'm back. I got all my stuff together now and I'm ready to do a demo. We're gonna do trio of trees, okay? And I have something already prepped. I've been waiting for my stuff to get here and I've had this prepped. You're not gonna believe this. I got this at Walmart. It was in the clearance section. I paid $2 and I think 49 cents because it was closeout from the fall stuff. And you know, while this is nice, but we could always make it much more beautiful. So I painted it black with just regular old black chalk paint. Actually, I don't even think it was chalk paint. Yes, it was. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't chalk paint. This is what I painted it with, black acrylic paint. Got this at Walmart also. So we're gonna do a design on this using the Trio of Trees transfer and give it a makeover. All right, so I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so the first thing is that we're gonna take this off of the back and put it on the defuzzing cloth. If I can get it off. I did cut this down. Where are the other pieces at? The little Christmas trees, and I already forgot what I did with them. I've lost them. I had everything ready to go, I thought. Oh, here they are, under my scissors. All right, so the little Christmas trees, or the little stars for the Christmas trees were on the side. I'm gonna cut those off so that I can put them on. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna defuzz this. Actually, there's one more thing I wanted to do before I got started. So I'm just gonna put this on the defuzzing cloth for right now, but I wanted to wear the sides down just a little bit. So I'm gonna take this little sanding buff and I'm just gonna sand the sides a little bit, give it that little worn vintage look. Just along the edges. Nothing special. All right. Just doing some edges. You could do whatever you want. Nothing special. You could see I wore the edges out just a little bit with my sanding buff. All right. So we're going to defuzz this a couple times. You could see, I don't know if you could see anything, there's really, it just picks up the fuzz from the cloth so that it doesn't stick too hard to our piece there, and it makes it easy to come off. All right, so let's see here. I'm thinking I'm just gonna put it right there, looks good. All right, so I'm going to use some red for the stars, some green for two of the trees, and I'm going to use some white for one of the trees in the middle and along the words. I'll start with the white. I'm going to use my little squeegee. Whenever I'm done with those now, underneath the transfer back. All right, so just gonna take a little bit of paint here, a little chalk paste. I'm gonna just put it here. Okay, and then all we do is just slide it straight down, get it in all of the grooves. Look at that, look at how easy that is, guys. Just making sure I get it in all of the grooves. Okay. That was easy. There's a little bit left. I'm just going to put it right back into the container here. Okay. gonna close that up since I'm not gonna use it anymore. And I'm just gonna use a little white to wipe the chalk paint off of this squeegee here, and I'll use it on the next color. I'm gonna use this one, it's called Meadow. Supposed to warm it up a little bit with your fingers, so I will warm it up a little bit. And I'm just gonna cut a little side off of here because while they say that it's a single use, it actually goes a little bit further than a single use. Hopefully I got that opened up enough. And no, need to cut it just a little bit further down. Okay, there we go. That should get us. All right, so I'm just gonna squeeze a little bit out onto the squeegee because I don't want to waste it. I'm not really sure how I can get it back into the package without making a complete mess. So just have a little bit there on the squeegee. Just gonna dab it here and down we go. Be careful not to get it into my white there. Get it into all of the grooves. There we go. I think it is nice and covered, and we'll do this one here. All right, you guys, I don't know if you all know that I've moved. Hi, Mandy. I've moved to Tennessee, and many people don't know because it happened so quickly that we pretty much sold our house and just up and left. And it's starting to get cold here. It's been in the 30s in the morning. All right, so all we have to do now is just lift it up. Look at that, you guys. I'm just gonna put my back here. Look at how cute that is. Merry Christmas with the trio of trees. I forgot to bring my blow dryer up here to let this dry a little bit, but it does dry rather quickly. I'm gonna put the little stars on top of the trees, but I do wanna make sure that it is completely dried. So, I'm gonna get my stars ready, defuzz them. Just gonna put them on the cloth here. There's one. I miss you guys, Mandy, so much. You guys have no idea. It's just not the same. And I'm super busy here, as I'm sure you are there. All right. I'm surprised to hear that you guys got a lot of rain there in California so far. All right, so I've put 3 of them here on the defuzzing cloth. Just gonna pick them up and defuzz them again one more time. Want to make sure that it doesn't stick to my wooden piece here that I have because it is not a reusable piece, so it could take the paint up off of the board that I painted. All right, it looks like there's 2 different stars, so this one must go here. I'm just gonna put it right there. Make sure it's down all the way. I'll put this one here. And I'll put this one on the other tree here. All right, and then I'm gonna put some red stars on here. Gonna warm it up, warm that paste up. I'm using candy apple red on here. Okay. It's just not the same, Mandy, being on campus. And I mean, I'm sure you know from last year when you're on Zoom the whole time, but knowing that I'm not going back to campus at all to see, you know, my coworkers and the students, it's definitely interesting. But I'm just happy to be here in Tennessee and still working for Lake Elsinore, so. Okay, just gonna squeeze a little bit out here. Probably not the easiest thing to do with these little cute little packages, but this is my very first time using this product at all. So as you can see, anybody can do it. I've never been trained. I've just been watching videos, and here we go. So I'm just gonna put a little red here. Probably should use this little cute little tool since it is a little bit of a smaller area, so I'll probably use this instead. Yeah, that was a better choice. Okay, and then I'm just gonna get all the extra residue off. And if I can, I'll try to get this back in the package when we're done here, if it's not dried up. All right. Okay, let's just pull these little bad boys off of here. How are your kids adapting, Mandy, to most of them being back on campus now that they weren't last year and having to wear masks? Okay, there's one. If I can just get my fingernail underneath of it to get it up. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. I'm gonna be having so much fun. My husband is not gonna be happy because I'm gonna be up in the craft room now all the time. Look at how cute that is. Isn't that so cute? Oh my gosh. Yeah, very different, I know. Okay, so while I'm gonna set this aside for a second, I'm gonna let this dry. Let's put a bow on it. Let's jazz it up a little bit here. So I've got some ribbon already, pre-cut most of them. I have two of each kind. This is so cute. Merry Christmas. Some red and some buffalo print. You guys, I got these ribbons at Sam's Club. Look at this. Humongous roll at Sam's Club. 50 yards. Only $7 each. That's a lot of ribbon. All right, so on these I've already cut them. I cut them all the same length, and then I've already done a dovetail on the other colors. So to do a dovetail, you're gonna fold it in half. And then you're gonna take your scissors and you're gonna cut, I can show you, you're gonna cut up here, like this. Then we'll cut this side. And look at that, look at how cute that is. So you wanna dovetail it because then it'll keep your ends from fraying. So then we're just gonna layer these, every other one. If I can get it to work here, cooperate. And then I had another piece to tie it off with. And I must have lost that also. My little space is not big enough here. I have to figure this out. This is only my second time going live, Mandy. You should see me trying to get back on. I couldn't figure out how to find the darn live button. I found it though. Isn't it pretty? The ribbons are so pretty too. I got so many. All right, so now we have them all stacked up. We're just gonna pinch them together like this. And then we're gonna take this piece and tie it off right in the middle. And your tying piece can just be anything. It doesn't have to be the same as the other ones. So we're going to tie it off, put a little knot in it. And then you're just going to spread them apart and make it cute. What was the weather like there today, Mandy? It's kind of cold here. We're hearing that it might be potentially a little bit of snow next weekend. I'm like, what in the world? Just break me in right away. All right, so there's our bow. And I got this cute little Christmas pick to put on there also. I think I got this at Walmart also. It was only 98 cents. So I'm just gonna use my wire cutters. I'm gonna cut this big hefty piece off the end here. There we go. All right, and I got my handy dandy little glue gun here already getting hot. So I'm thinking that I might do something like this. Let's see, you can't really see that. I've gotten you off the screen. And let's see, we lost that little guy. I'm not sure I like this little pine cone on there because it's kind of in the way of the ribbon. So I'm thinking that we might just do something like this. Okay, so I'm just gonna put some glue on here. Glue this little guy down. Snow would be nice. You think so, Mandy? I don't know. It's been really cold in the morning. So I traded my car in. I traded my little Kia in for a Ford Edge. I got an SUV. Wasn't too certain how it was going to be here for the snow, so I figured I needed a car that was going to be able to get me to and from everywhere easily, and not be worried about, you know, crashing or sliding all over the road. So I got a car with a 4-wheel drive, and hopefully I'm going to be safe that way. It has a startup and the automatic startup. So in the morning when I've been going to the gym, I turn my little car on and I go out there and it's completely warmed up and defrosted. We had our first frost the other day. All right, so I did not dovetail these little guys. I'm going to dovetail these two little end pieces here. Wrong way, Monique. All right. There's 1 and 2. And look at that. Look at how cute that is. You can do anything with this. You can hang it. I've seen a lot of people actually use these as big ornaments on their Christmas trees to fill a lot of empty space and not have to have so many ornaments. Or, you know, you can hang it on a door, you can hang it on a wall, you could just set it on a counter. You can get one of those cute little tiered racks and set it in one of those. But look at that. Super, super cute, super easy. Look at, I did that in less than, I don't even know how long we've been on. Probably less than 15 minutes. So I'm so excited. Oh, you have a pilot and you never used it in the snow. Yeah, well, clearly I haven't either. I just got it. It's just like 2 weeks old and I'm super excited to not have to worry about, you know, slipping and sliding so much. I mean, I'm sure I will slip and slide. I have to be careful of the ice and stuff. And Kevin's already been warned. They actually give them rooms at the hospital because when the snow comes, they can't be driving. So he's not very thrilled about that, but I love it. It turned out super cute, and thank you so much for coming, Mandy. I'm going to try to get on tomorrow and do another one. I have a pumpkin that I found at the Goodwill. It was so ugly. It had this giant monogram letter, a letter on the front of it, and it was so cheesy looking, and I'm so excited about redoing it. So I've started the paint on it so that we can kind of get through it a little bit, but I'll post a picture of the pumpkin and let you see what it looked like before, and then we can see what it looks like afterwards. So thank you for tuning in, Mandy. Make sure you share it so other people can see it. Miss you. Thank you for stopping by. Cute, so cute. Bye.